Okay, so I've been tasked with creating a brand new instance of a virtual machine and our application on top of it on a public cloud provider. Now, in my mind, there is one of two things that I could do here. I could use an Ansible playbook, or I could use a Python script. Now, you might be asking why I would do one versus the other. So hopefully by the end of my talk here today, it shouldn't be an Ansible versus Python conversation. No, it should be Ansible and Python. They're better together. Now let's get started. Okay, so first let's dive into our use cases here. When we're trying to decide between Ansible and Python, it's helpful to first understand what it is that we're talking about. So let's dive into Ansible first. In Ansible, we have playbooks, and these are defined in YAML. These are very simple to read, even simpler to write, simple to version control, etc. Now, in YAML, we are leveraging what we call modules. And modules represent sort of this unit of work that we are performing. So we're able to define what we're actually doing with that module within YAML, and this will allow me to say, create the virtual machine, attach a public IP address, attach storage, provision the application on top of all of this infrastructure, and we're good to go. Ansible is really good at that declarative picture. Show me a picture of what you want, and I will make it so. Now, on the Python side, we're still working in, a document approach. We have our Python script here, but this requires somebody with innate knowledge of this fully featured programming language. So to start out with an automated tasks, we might have to first import a couple of libraries. So, this could be libraries to leverage automation within your public cloud provider. But the point is, you kind of already need to know how to leverage these libraries and methods and things to go in and accomplish the same task that we've defined so simply with Ansible. So that is the what. What is Ansible versus what is Python in this particular use case? Now that brings us to why. Why would we choose Ansible versus Python? Now, why would you choose between one of the other? Well, it comes down to that complexity and that simplicity. So here we have something that's, again, very simple to define and version control and read. It's also very simple now to share this within my team, within my organization as a whole. And so that we can much easier adopt an enterprise automation journey using something that's simple to define and track as Ansible. Now, that doesn't mean we're not going to have complicated tasks. After all, these modules that Ansible is using within a playbook are written in Python, which brings us, we've covered the what, the why, and now let's talk about the who. So who is engaging with Ansible? This would be maybe subject matter experts sometimes that really understand storage or networking or cloud configuration and provisioning, but it could also be something like a citizen developer, right? This is really easy to read and understand. Now, on the Python side, we might be talking again about a subject matter expert, but also a Python programmer. And these are people that have gone to school and are highly effective within this space. So when we talk about Ansible versus Python, it's really more relevant to say Ansible and Python. We still need these experts to write our complex automation for us that we can now leverage back in Ansible. Use Ansible as that thing that's easy to use, easy to call your Python automation modules and kind of separate it out that way. So now that we've sort of covered our use cases and compare the two solutions, when would we decide to use Ansible versus Python? Now, it all comes down to that complexity again, because just because we have such a simple way of defining automation doesn't negate the fact that we still need this. Ansible is written on the backbone. Its backbone is Python, right? If we didn't have Python, we don't have Ansible. And so it's incredibly important to maintain the subject matter expertise in a fully fledged programming language. But once it comes time to scale this automation out to the rest of our team, to the rest of our organizations, we need something that's a little bit more simpler to maintain and operate at scale, and that is Ansible and the Ansible automation platform. So there it is. At the end of the day, I chose to write my task to automate this VM creation, attach my external IP address and storage, and add the application on top because it's simple for me to write, but also simple for me to pass off to my colleague to spin up another dev instance when I am out of the office. Had I done this in Python, yes, would have been able to do the same thing, but I might have been called on the weekend that I have off to go up and stand up a brand new developer instance for my application. Now that we understand why I would choose Ansible over Python or vice versa, I think you should go out and try our interactive labs page, and this is where you will gain hands-on experience with Ansible automation. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to see more from this channel.